Who's up for some family goals as we go into the new year? We're going to share ours with you today. Okay, we're going to do this as like a little countdown. We only have 4 of them, but we're going to start with 4 and go up to 1 for our goals for our family for this coming new year.
All right, goal number 1 is to spend more quality time with our children. And I don't just mean doing math problems and history projects. I mean focused, in the moment, being present with our children. Now I just need someone to hide my phone so I can actually do that.
Right. So I think the real goal here is that we're going to admit it, we get distracted. Some of it's multitasking. Sometimes when you're doing a lot of homework with your kid, it's like very tempting to multitask at the same time. But trying to make sure we get some of that really focused time in there too. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that's not at the same time as doing homework. Okay, so that was technically 4. Okay. So I'm going to, because we're counting up. So I'm going to say 3 is to read up on the latest dyslexia research. Seems like a good idea, don't you think, given that we now have this YouTube channel? But we could probably do that a little more. If you want an extra push to actually dive into that research, I highly recommend getting a YouTube channel.
Our number 2 goal, or my number 2 goal for the year, is to get back into reading to our daughter. This is something we have talked about in previous episodes and something that I used to love doing with her, and for a variety of reasons I haven't done that as much recently. A lot of schoolwork and just a lot of other things going on. So I'd like to get back into reading some good books with her.
And I've been meaning to share with her one of my very favorites, actually, from when I was younger, and haven't gotten around to that either. So, of course, this involves actually convincing your child that they want to do this too with you, right? Our daughter often does, but of course that's part of the trick too. And finally, we are up to number 1. So it is to take our own advice.
Yes. I'm going to give a little example here. So our daughter often does the editing for these episodes that we put out. And one evening a few weeks ago, we were working on some homework and she was really tired and I was also tired and I wasn't probably at my best and I was being a little impatient with her. Well, the very next day she happened to be editing our episode on tiredness and dyslexia. And so she was very pleased to be able to tell me that I was being a bit hypocritical about it. And so I think that is good indication that I could actually start taking my own advice here.
Yeah, I too am a hypocrite and have been told as much. How about you? I was like brainstorming some content one time and she pointed out I can't remember what it was about. It was something more about relaxing or control or something like that. And she was kind of like, you don't do that. But it was funny because I realized that sometimes it takes sort of like thinking about these things to even become conscious of them, right? And actually do them. But it is true. So I guess maybe we'll always be a little bit hypocritical and then you have to notice. But I guess taking our own advice we should watch some of our own videos back again, huh? All right. What do you guys have for any of your goals, maybe more family related for the new year? If you make any, leave them in the comments below. We'd love to hear what they are.
And if you're listening to the podcast, please leave us a rating and a review. Happy New Year, everyone.